And here we go. Okay, so in the bottom right, we have Adagramus. So he's probably favored against Dorenton. We have seen Dorenton a little bit as well, but he doesn't come to my mind as someone who did super well in the previous tournaments that we've held. Yeah, Katz is saying Dorenton is one of the best players. He definitely played quite well that game. But yeah. Let's see. It's going to be Inquisitress here. On both sides. Okay. Well, I would like to see that battle. And, well, they're just going to clear these creeps a little bit, so that's fine. But yeah, Cats, thank you much for playing. And so far, the feedback from the guys in the chat, it's much more positive, is what I've seen. So that's good. I am enjoying it. It's got some pretty good pacing so far in these games that we've seen. Lots of engagements, which is kind of nice. I'm still not sold on the towers in the center, but we'll see. I definitely want to give it time. Like I said before, I think you would probably get only dueling heroes if you didn't have these. So you may want to utilize, you know, something that clears these better or something, and then you kind of avoid dueling, and maybe that's how you get a little bit of an edge. So I think it probably adds more variety in the heroes without being like overpowering or something. But yeah, still learning a lot about the game. Anyways, barracks coming up. Looks like we have some armored thralls coming out. Inquisitress versus Inquisitress. Kind of a funny looking battle. I think that dash forward is a skill shot. I'm not actually 100% sure. I actually used Galavax and Kragar a lot more when I played Legion. I didn't really use the Inquisitress very much, to be honest. So those armored thralls coming out. It is 2 bases apiece right now. Those are still called armored thralls, right? They definitely were before. Okay, nice dash away. Oh, Exalted's coming out now. Dorenton with that same type of idea. Wait, Steel Sworn. I've been calling them armored thralls the entire time. I swear, guys, that's what they were called in the last beta. Anyways, Steel Sworn. All right, throws a tower down here. Yeah, it looks like he's just going to snipe some of the Hexite mines here. So slow down that economy a little bit at least. Does seem like, yeah, that Huntress not going to be long for this world. Some very good damage coming out. Going after another Hexite mine. And it gets away. Dude, Dorenton is killing, man. Damn. Some pretty good body blocking with those Steel Sworn, though, against the Exalted. Does end up clearing the tower. Yeah, seems like Dorenton is maybe our most improved player for this beta. Right now, holding all 3 of the middle towers. It's interesting to see the choice of like the Masked Exalted, which are going to be a little bit faster, versus what we see here with the Steel Sworn, which of course are a melee unit. Quite a few of them coming out. And he does retake a couple of these towers, but I think we're about to see an attack that's going to be a little bit tough to deal with. Yeah, it looks like, okay, just harassing on those workers a little bit is taking a lot of damage. Oh my god, is he just going to lose his hero? No? Oh my god, just barely getting out with the Inquisitress. Interesting that he didn't utilize the Exalted at all. A lot of retaking of these towers back and forth. right, nice dash in there, really utilizing some of that AoE against these melee units. And an attempted similar thing, and it does deal some damage to those Exalted, but you can see the Exalted kind of getting out of the way a little bit quicker, it seems. The tower is kind of zoning each other out as well. A few Valkyrie Hounds being added in here while he clears the tower. All right, Kragar is in there now. I haven't seen a second hero for Dorenton. Ah, some Steelsworn being being brought in to maybe stand in front of these Exalted here. Okay, we might actually get an engagement coming up. Yeah, a little bit of a miss there on Kragar, barely hitting one unit. Okay, the Exalted rush into the battle pretty darn quickly here. There are some of those range thralls in there as well. Actually, we should probably check the name of those as well. Probably isn't called the thrall anymore. Okay. Well, looks like Adagramus does end up taking that. I would say the readability was a little bit difficult right there. I had a hard time telling exactly what was going on in those battles. Yeah, let's click on the little dude with the gun. The little thrall. Used to be a thrall. What's it called now? There's one in that army. It is still the thrall. Why did that guy turn into Steelsworn? Okay, well, a lot of Legion laborers mining that flux. By the way, that is one of my favorite improvements so far in this beta round. I really didn't like workers that just kind of sit around and don't really add that much. Like, there was little tiny things you could do with them. But I very much prefer seeing them actually go on flux and actually get something done. Actually add some value, be a unit that you're moving around and utilizing. So, big fan of that. All right, a ton of Steelsworn in here now. Yeah, I think the highlights are not quite enough. Like, you're looking at the Steelsworn on both sides a little bit hard. Like, the health bars help a bit. That's not necessarily what you want to look at in the battles. I feel like I have to zone my eyes out a little bit. But, yeah, it looks like he is... I mean, that's just a hell of a lot of units. Adagramus does bring in this ridiculous Valkyrie beast. Just so much health, 1,400 health. But he is dealing a lot of damage to that very, very quickly. And that is a pretty damn big fireball from Galavax. It's like the beast still alive in here, tanking a huge amount of damage from the thralls. Okay. Well, Adagramus starting to take some big edges here against Dorenton. I guess still one of the strongest. Now, he is actually down a bit of supply. I do wonder if maybe his army's a bit better, though. Does have that one additional base as well. All right, a little bit of a heal there with the sacrifice. Sit there and heal up. Look at this, setting up lines on both sides. It's time for the Braveheart speech. Damn, that's one-sided. Whole army does move down from Adagramus. Get that base. Coming up now. Ooh, that is a huge fireball coming down. Just rails through the thralls. And looks like he actually pulls exactly out of Adagramus does, out of his opponent's range. But that is just so many Steel Swarm in there. Kind of funny to see the Valkyrie Beast go into that back line, and it's so hard to deal with. Now, Kragar actually putting, I forget what it's called, like Hunter's Mark or something, to take a lot more damage on these Steel Sworn. So I think he's utilizing those abilities very, very well. But does he actually have enough units here? Dorenton with just such a high supply, but my God, the Fireball's really wrecking a lot of it. Oh, man. All right. Looks like Dorenton has cleared just about almost everything in this area. Does look like he is going to end up losing that Galvax, unfortunately. The Inquisitress comes out and slays it. Some Valkyrie Hounds coming up. Oh, Inquisitress gets on top of Kragar there. Now, this is just like endless Thrall spam coming in. So you're definitely going to need some AoE, I think, to deal with that. Not sure if he's going to be able to. All right, backs up a little bit. Feels like he got some good damage, though. Yeah, going to rotate up here, kill off some of these buildings, some of the production, perhaps. An actual reasonable-sized army comes back up. Oh, my God, that Inquisitress is insane. Went so deep, but going to get picked, I think. Yeah, the Inquisitress is on both sides, diving a bit too hard. Kragar's really helping to finish everything off there. Dodges that Galvax Fireball. Yeah, Adagramus, I think, is dead now. Kind of a back-and-forth game. Those are the workers being remade, in case you were wondering what that was. That little Q. All right, clearing this whole top area. Dorenton just killing it. I do like the swarminess of these Thralls and these Steel Sworns. All right, he has the Fireball upgrade now as well. Couple terror tanks added in. See what turrets he's getting here in a minute. Dude, he has such a big army right now. Like, there's definitely still some quality units here on Adagramus' side, and he's actually resupplied up really quickly. I'm surprised how quickly he got up to 150. How did that happen? He was at 50 supply like moments ago. That's wild. Anyways, pushing forward right now. Some of these buildings going down. Holy crap, some dreadnoughts coming out. But there are a lot of Thralls in there which do hit air. I'm not sure exactly how that'll go. Oh God, that's like one of those God tier abilities. The Prism or whatever it's called. Monolith. Yeah, Monolith does insane damage. So this Monolith is Dorenton's. And it is absolutely helping during this. I love that he's called it down. This is like the God tier ability, like the ultimate or something. I'm not sure exactly what it's referenced as, but it's just so strong. And to do it in this base while you're having this battle is making all the difference. Now, the Dreadnoughts seem like they're doing a pretty decent job defensively, but with the terror tanks on the ground, all these ground units up here in the front, like he is powering through everything. And look at that fireball. Just ridiculous there in the bottom right. The terror tanks being so tanky as well. Trying to dodge with these Thralls. Walking through that fire a little bit because it's just taking a bit of damage. Dorenton is maxed out. About twice the supply right now of his opponent. Yeah, so Adagramus here, like, he's trying to really just kind of rely on the Dreadnoughts to do all the work for him, and they're doing a good job. Like, it feels like over time they can hold this, but he's taking so much damage. And look at Dorenton on the mini-map in the bottom right. Look at just how many bases he has. I feel like he can easily counter these at this point, whether it's by making his own or some other sort of anti-air. I think that's going to be really, really tough. All right, another attack coming up from Dorenton. He is maxed, so you may as well keep that pressure on. Comes right forward, picks off this base in a matter of seconds. A lot of shields going down here. That's one of those terror tank abilities. Put some shields on these frontline units. Oh my god, that fireball. Doesn't have the upgrade for it yet, though. Inquisitress jumping right into the middle of everything. She is going to be powered down really quickly, and as you see, dies with like full mana there, so a little bit of a mistake for sure. The terror tanks definitely helping him to win the ground, but Adagramus still alive in here. Still trying to get something done. It's still relatively high health for how long these things have been battling, man. Well, one Dreadnought goes down. Looks like Dorenton is going to end up taking it. GG.